What's going on, guys? It's been a while. It's been a while since the regular Fire and Ice 2, Fire and Ice 1, Fire and Ice 2 been released, but it's finally out, and we're finally back with Gary, with Video 99. We're gonna be talking about Fire and Ice and what everybody thought about Fire and Ice. But Sean's running a little late. Sean's gonna be joining us pretty soon, so let's just get into it, guys. What'd you guys think of issue 2? It took a little while, but what'd you guys think?
Oh well, right off the first splash page, I was already hooked into it. It was nice just to see Dark Wolf coming down on the giant and just picked right up. I mean, the thing that keeps capturing me about this is Bill Willingham's writing is really good. All the characters
Right.
feel like the characters, but and Leonardo Manco's art is just amazing. And again, I got to give I don't know who's coloring it, but the coloring is incredible.
Yeah, maybe Minko's coloring it because I don't see no other color like a colorist on there though. Do you? I didn't see any colorist.
No, I didn't. I looked.
Yeah, I did too. I didn't see no colorist. So maybe Minko's. Maybe that's why it's taking it so long. Minko's coloring it and drawing it at the same time. So maybe.
Well, I like too that he picks a lot of perspectives in this, which I like. It's never just a boring shot. There's something going on, and if it's just like a still shot, it's from another angle, which is really nice.
Yeah, I love the splash pages too. I mean, it's that's how the book starts off, right? I mean, it's right into the action, and then
Yeah.
I think it's a very like the layout, plays like a pretty big part in sequencing the action. It doesn't lose any of it in comic format, like from the animation, I think.
Now, and you got great framing, like this shot here.
Hold on. I'll bring you up now so we can see it at least.
This shot here.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And you get the different color palettes, right? Because you have that, and you have this when they're in the forest and the mud. Like, exactly by the color palette, exactly where you are in the story. And it's not something you think about. It's just something that you absorb while you're reading it. And it keeps you drawn into the characters, and it doesn't distract you. It just enhances your experience because it's just something that's there in the background. And it's so subtle, but it's so accurate that it just keeps you in the story. And not only that,
I mean,
he's got the character designs so down.
Yeah.
Everyone looks exactly like they should look.
Actually, look. Don't get me wrong. The movie wasn't bad, but they look a lot better now. Let's just be honest. If Sarah watches it, don't kill me.
And I like the way they're exploring the lore a little bit more, right? Because you have Dark Wolf coming in to help them. You're getting a little bit more of Tigra's background and her family's background with their mother.
Yep.
You get a little bit of the story with Thunderheart, and you get to see that Dark Wolf has some powers in him. When he gives his horse some of his life, and he's like, "Drink deep, my friend. Take all you need."
Yeah, I think that's new, right? That's a new aspect. We didn't see that in the movie. Right?
I don't think we did. I mean, it's been like 4 or 5 months since I've watched the film, but I don't remember that being in there as part of it.
Yeah, I don't either. So that's something new.
That was cool mythos to add into it.
Speaking of mythos, what I really like was this panel. It kind of it's like a little bit of world building there, right? You can see the other kingdoms.
Yeah.
So each one of these could be a story on its own, right? Like all the different kingdoms, because they're supposed to be. Sorry, guys. It's supposed to be all these other kingdoms between Fire and Ice that they're trying to curry favor and to side with.
They're putting their differences aside against a common foe.
Yeah. So I'm just thinking that there could be a lot more stories to come out, of Fire and Ice.
Well, and I know we're getting that Tigra one shot, but you know what? The first 2 issues really made me crave. I want a one shot of Tigra's mom, because it seems like she's had adventures, and I really find, maybe it's because I'm a 50-something-year-old man, but I really find Tigra's mom, like, I want to hear her story. Like, I want to see what's going on with it. Like, I find her character really interesting.
Yeah. Because Tigra's mom wasn't in the movie.
No, especially
So,
what they hint at, like with her
Yeah.
background and all the things she's teaching Tigra, really
Yeah.
makes me want to see more of her background.
So we may get more. Yeah, we may get a one shot of her, Dark Wolf. I know. We already got. Yeah, we already see the Tigra one. So there, I know she said Sarah said there might be more one shots coming. So mom might be one of them. So
Yeah, well, she's my favorite like new character out of these stories. Like every time it's Tigra and her mom, I'm really digging the story. And then I even feel kind of bad for the witch having to deal with the evil woman.
Oh yeah.
Because you have a feeling like the witch is just in a place she doesn't want to be, and she's having to do things against her will that she doesn't want to do. And so the story is developing. I thought the second one kept a nice steady pace with what was going on, and it's deepened the characters and your understanding of them a bit more for anyone that would be new to the universe. And it's just interesting to see all this that happens before the actual movie, and just to see all the machinations that led up to it.
You know,
I'm gonna ask both of you guys first though. Was it worth the wait of whatever we had to wait for this issue though? Being honest.
Like it's always tough to wait, but there was nothing in this book that let me down. So I'm going to say yes. I'm going to
say it's worth the wait.
Yeah. Okay, just making sure because I thought it was worth the wait too. I reread issue 1 and reread issue 2. I'm like, yeah, it was worth the wait. I'm glad she told the artist, told them to not to rush the artist and have the artist take its time because I'm glad the art matches like one. You know what I mean? It actually looks just like one.
It feels rushed. It all feels deliberate. It all feels complete. And when you're looking at it, like even if you're looking at something like this, and you've seen these creature designs and the detail that's in them.
Yeah.
Instead of like someone just like smudging it over real quick and giving you a basic form, I mean, all these details, they matter in this low fantasy storytelling.
Right.
And just the fact that he's doing a lot with the backgrounds, he's the plain backgrounds, even when there's like it's the Ice Kingdom, you're getting the different hues, the different shades. It's everything is playing into the story.
You know what I was wondering, guys? Did you feel the same way? Like as they flesh out the characters some more, I'm starting to feel a little sympathetic towards the evil queen like Juliana, because it seems that what she's doing, she thinks she's doing the best for her kingdom, and that her powers are fading. So it's kind of pushing her to kind of make a power move, and the death of her son. Like it seems like
definitely being manipulated by the younger son.
Yeah, but there's like almost like a tragic aspect to her character now, as opposed to what we saw in the original, I guess, cartoon.
Right.
Like it feels more, what she's doing is more desperate and less evil.
Yeah, you definitely got that, especially with her. But the thing that makes me feel less sympathetic towards her is her conversation with the witch.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because when she has a conversation with the witch, she's just very, you'll pay for this, I'll get you. And I'm like, all right, you're still kind of an ass. But again, the colors, I keep looking the throne, like even this shot. So this shot with him on the throne, and you just the way he draws the
But my biggest thing, I'm wondering if he's coloring it too. That's why it's taking it so long. I'm curious.
He draws
honestly.
coloring though. I mean, it gives you a great sense of the character because, like everything, like when he's holding the cup, all his movements, the queen's movements, everyone. It's like this guy knows anatomy really well. Like some artists,
right?
And it's kind of thrown together. This one. The anatomy matches the poses, at least the anatomy poses match the characters the character's individualism. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
when you look at it, the pose that they're in matches who they are and their personalities.
You know what? I don't know if you guys were thinking the same thing, but in my mind, if I was to do like some fan casting for live action, that panel you just showed, Gary, I was thinking like, oops,
Hold on.
this
Yeah.
it seems like Angelina Jolie to me. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know, I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys see the same thing, like with the jaw structure and just the poise, right? It was, to me, I was like, hey, you know, she could play the evil queen.
Well, she's already played in Troy as a mom, so you know what I mean. So
I don't know. I might even go Kate Blanchett.
Yeah, Hera, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's a premier actress as well, and she's got those cheekbones.
Yeah, I mean, whenever their live action gets casted, man, we'll see. Yeah.
It would be crazy to see a live action of this.
Mm-hmm. Like who would play Dark Wolf? Who would play Tigra? Who would play? You know, all all of them.
Who do you guys think should play Tigra? What do you think, Jeff? Like, who do you think? Like, right off the top of your head.
Right off the top of my head. Well, actually, the what is it? What's her name? From the girl from Terrifier 2, the dark haired one. I can't remember her name. Damn it. What the? Yeah, she got
angel wings, right? Like the costume.
Yeah.
I forgot.
But her. So yeah, she could play. I think she could play a Tigra, but her boob size is but her boob size ain't to par.
You don't cast a character for boob size though. You cast her for acting. Like I think I'd like to see Anna de Armas.
You know, yes, from from James Bond and what's the newest movie she's in?
Stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, she's got the.
Yeah, because I thought of Lavera for Vampy too. When I thought about Vampy movie, like I could see her because Lavera used to be, was in Iron Fist too. She was in like a little scene in Iron Fist, the movie show. So yeah, because she's she did stunts before too. So it's like so.
Right. Oh, that's part of the reason I'm excited for the Red Sonja movies. Matilda Lutz is great casting, especially if you've ever seen Revenge.
Yeah. So
do you guys know
that?
When's that scheduled to be out? Because like there was a lot of hype when they announced it, and then it just seems not too much news come out of it.
I know it's completed filming, but they haven't released any trailers yet, so we'll see. I think it's a straight to Netflix movie.
Straight to Netflix.
But so when you were talking about this as a movie, Jeff, I would almost prefer to see this as like a Netflix, Amazon Prime, or HBO, like mega series where they put like a Game of Thrones budget into it or a Witcher budget into it.
Right.
They just make it this ongoing series for a while, and you get to
spend I wouldn't.
There's each episode.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it. No, I mean it'd be better that way than going to theater wise. I mean. Theater wise, it's cool, but streaming is where it's at now. So it would make it.
I'd rather have multiple hours of it than an hour and a half hour movie.
Right.
Yeah, so. I feel that an hour and a half they wouldn't be able to fit everything in, especially nothing with the expanded universe now, right?
Right. And plus, they're gonna expand it with all those one shots too. So we haven't even got the one shots yet. So. Imagine that with all those one shots.
And also in this story, no one still knows that Lauren is the only one that survived that attack.
Right.
So he's still out there on his own doing his own thing. And I don't know. I'm trying to get back to this. It's good. And they're setting up a lot because she's saying their fire could destroy everything. And then the next thing you see is they've already released the fire. They're already reacting. And you see all the machinations of who the true evil is, and that's her second son, Kaladin.
Mm-hmm.
he needs power to hide behind. But I don't know, the stuff is good. This one where I didn't like the witch in the first one, I had the opposite effect in this one where I felt sympathetic for the witch.
You felt pity.
Instead of the queen, I felt pity for the witch.
Yeah.
And especially since, she's taking care of her kid, although her kid's kind of a jerk too.
But man, he's strong. Like we see him here take a real big beating,
He
from
took that
Darkhold.
axe to the back of the head.
Yeah.
That's a thick skull there.
Yeah, but it explains why the way he is in the movie though, because of the axe.
Yeah, because he's a little bit. You can tell that he's a little bit slow, right? In the
yeah, in the movie. So it explains a lot of why he's that way.
Here's another great perspective shot too. This aerial
Mm-hmm.
with the guard going out and see the city.
That's a nice one. But like I was saying, like you were saying, who's the one coloring it? And I'm wondering if it's the Menko coloring and freaking drawing it. So it explains why it takes so long.
And this is a panel that says a lot more in the art than even the words. Like you see, you see the grief on the queen for her dead son.
Yeah.
And then over here, I'm sorry, right here, and then you see behind her, you see the desperation of Kaladin.
In his face. Yeah.
Because all his stuff comes from him being jealous of his older brother.
Yeah, the older brother. I mean, issue 1 showed that he was always the favorite, right? The mom's favorite, and always.
Kaladin was jealous of it, and then he poisoned him. And the only thing I thought was like, the queen seemed to buy his story a little too easily for me. That would be my only gripe about the issue. She seemed to buy his story way easy.
And I love how the alleged proof, the evidence was so convenient, right? Like, look, mom, look what else I found on his body. Must be these guys.
And back to this shot too. I mean, her this is just great. Oh, this is just great art. Like, look at her glare at her son. Like, exactly what that glance is, how disapproving it is, and how judgmental it is. I mean, that's a subtlety of art there. That's amazing.
Right.
Because I mean, you see a lot of art these days, and it's expressionless.
Expressionless, or it's not good at all, man. And there's no expressions or nothing on the face.
Yeah.
Right, and still, much like the Conan book, this book, the characters feel like they're from the era they're being depicted in. The art style, the art fits the story. The story's great, the art's great, and I'm hoping 3 doesn't take as long. Me too. I'm ready to dive back in.
Yeah, but my biggest thing, like you said, and like I was saying, if Menko's doing the art and coloring it, I can understand why it's taking so long. You know what I mean? So he's drawing it and coloring it because I don't see no
on the next one.
No, he could be, because they just called him the artist. He's not the penciler. He's not the usually you have the penciler, have the inker and colorist, but they just call him the artist. I think he is doing all of it, probably. Yeah, I think you're right, Jeff. That's why it's taking so long.
Yeah, because if I don't see no, what I mean, nothing else. So I'm assuming he might be coloring it at the same, you know what I mean? He might be coloring it and drawing it, doing everything. Then that's why it's taking so long. But
back to the point that you guys are saying about how this is very like a good sample of the art of its time. Now the funny thing is that I've been talking to some like younger people, and it seems that sword and sorcery and like the 80s style animation, the traditional animation, is making a comeback. I just had a younger person talk to me. He's like, "Oh, you know what? I was he was watching the 80s Lord of the Rings."
Oh, okay.
Yeah. and that was kind of their segue into discovering more and more. And then it's hilarious. He asked me, he's like, "Hey, Howard, you're probably of that age. So have you heard of an animation called Fire and Ice?" Right? And I'm like, "Well, did you know there's a new comic?"
Yeah.
I'm glad you asked.
Yeah.
What is there something that so the old 2D animation and the style, there's something special about that. The way there was something special about, like, say, a Ray Harryhausen, right? Like those effects, they can't be replaced. There's something special about them, and there's something that in them that creates a sense of wonder. So when you're watching them, it invites your imagination to open up.
I think it's more organic. You'll have to give it a word.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot more organic and real. It's like, nothing, CGI and computer generated graphics or designs can emulate, right? It's got that sort of warmth, or at least that's, how I see it.
Right. And when I want to watch a cartoon, that's the kind of, that's what I want. Something animated. And that was one of the good things about the original Fire and Ice, is just the flow of the action, the scenes, the characters. There was a flow to the animation.
Especially, I remember the chase scenes. It flows so well, like the chasing through the jungle.
But even the tossing of the weapons and it was so well done. So who knows? Maybe we'll get a sequel to that at some point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see? Is the studio still going? Like Bowski, like is the studio still active?
Batchy Studio? I don't think so. I don't think it's still active. I don't think so.
Because I know Batchy still does it's still licensing stuff, right? But
yeah, the family is, because if the family licensed it out to Sarah, actually, that's why she can do the Fire and Ice thing. So that they actually had him, so that they're actually putting all their eggs in one basket, pretty much. They're actually letting Sarah take the reins of Fire and Ice.
Well, it's nice too, because let's say it's not a property that should have stayed stagnant as long as it did.
Yeah. It's
got a great universe. It has a great mythology set up. So it's nice to see something being done with it.
I got the date for issue 3. Issue 3 is going to be coming out on the end of the new year. What is it? January 31st, 2024.
Right, that's supposed to
be.
Yeah.
Supposed to.
You know what? I always saw this story, even though it's outside of Conan's world, but I always thought that having these kingdoms fits so well in the Hyborian age. Like that time, like just kingdoms within that age, right? It fits so well, but I know it's in its own world.
Well, I picture a world of that kind of time period, right? Like you kind of lump them all together. They're separate, but they feel of a certain time period. And I love the magic, the sorcery. I love all the the people that Larn's hunting. That group of savages, they feel like the Picts of the Conan universe to me.
Yes.
So whenever I see them, I think Picts.
Yeah, so issue 4 is supposed to be coming out the same time too. So they're both coming out the same, as supposedly the same Wednesday. That's what it says on previews.
Well, we know how accurate previews can be.
Yeah. because they said this one was coming out freaking a month and a half ago or something like that, and it didn't do it. So yeah, but honestly, I enjoyed issue 2. You guys enjoyed issue 2. And the artwork's really, actually, best artwork of Dynamite so far of the year, because you've seen the Red Sonja one already. I know that you've probably opened the new Red Sonja one. Yeah. And I'm like, holy shit, man, that's not good. nothing against it. The covers are all the Red Sonja covers are great, but you open the damn artwork. The artwork's like,
Oh, the Walter Giovanni art hasn't bothered me.
no,
I will
no,
say
not that one. Not that one. The newer one. I
Savage?
forget the.
Oh
I
yeah,
think it's
the Dan Panosian one.
Yeah. That one, I'm like, what the?
I expected more out of that title.
Yeah,
But no, this art is a step above.
yeah. Way above.
To me, is like the equivalent of like when Mahmoud Asrar did King Conan, that 6-issue
Right.
series. Every issue felt like a step above. This
Right.
art feels like a step above, just like
Right.
Mahmoud's art.
Yeah, all of it's great, man. Honestly, like the artwork's great, the story's good. So that's I'm not gonna give credit to Dynamite, man. I'm gonna give credit to Sarah more than Dynamite because
I'd like to see a Sarah cover on one of these.
yeah, I've told her that too, man. So
I think
she
that would
may
be
do
really
one.
cool, you know,
Yeah, she may do one, but
like
because there's only
movie poster, or who knows?
there's only 4. I think there's only 4. I'm not even sure how many issues it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be like, if it did well, it was supposed to be 6, I think, or 4.
I think it was a
something
great move on her part to get the license, because
like that.
this is filling a hole that's out there right now. You know,
Yeah,
there's not a lot of these titles that do this well. You have Conan,
right.
You have this, and
Yeah.
you have other titles to varying degrees. Red Sonja is not consistent in any way at Dynamite.
Mm-mm.
It seems pretty random, like like hit or miss a lot of times.
So consistent, good, low fantasy is really tough to find.
Right. So I'm actually happy with the Fire and Ice. I'm actually happy about waiting for it and whatever else. But the other company that she works with is not doing so hot.
Which company is that?
This
Opus, because Opus, what the Mothman didn't really, this next issue was like, it took forever to come out.
and honestly, I dropped that after the first issue. It took Frank delivered such an awe-inspiring,
Yeah.
you see alien ships in the background approaching the Mothman. The Mothman's with has a woman in front of her. You don't know if he's good. You don't know if he's bad. You don't know if there's more of him in those ships or if they're coming to get him. You have no idea. It just sets this whole sense of wonder. And then what they did with that first issue was just garbage. It felt like reality TV.
Guys, I kept with it, and I don't know why. I'm a glutton for a punishment. I stuck with it, and it gets worse.
I don't know how that first.
No, it gets worse. Off issue 3, it gets worse. Like,
why do you have Hatfield and McCoy's fighting, basically, right? And it's all cliche. And you have him understanding humans in one panel and then using their verbiage in another panel. I'm like, but he just didn't understand them, and now he's using their slang. I'm like, he wouldn't, if he doesn't understand their regular English, he wouldn't be using slang language.
You know, the crazy thing with Mothman is that, like, I guess whoever decided to write the Mothman and the direction is taken Mothman as literally a Mothman. So now the new characters that get introduced, there are other types of bugs. So, like, they don't understand. I guess nobody watched the Mothman prophecies, right?
Huh?
They like, it's the new bad guy that's part of Mothman's family. It's he's a wasp. Like, I have it. I'm just gonna, I'll show you guys. Let me find. I'll show you guys a couple of panels. I mean, I don't know why I still stuck with it, but it's that.
Trust me, I stuck with it like you did, and I got issue 3, and I'm like, okay.
I just couldn't give Opus any more money. I'm like, no, this is terrible.
They bug sprayed him. Remember that scene? I was like, they bug sprayed the Wasp guy, right?
Yeah.
They're like, run, Mothman, I got you. And he sprayed like a can of Raid. Like, we're not making this up. And then you're some super like high tech alien, and he takes Raid in the eye and actually distracts him.
That sounds like the laziest cash grab ever.
Yeah, but and then and then what was it? Opus delayed it because they're moving offices or something like that. They're delaying stuff because they're moving offices and all this other stuff. And I'm like, holy crap! I mean, dude, some of these titles are like, what the hell are they doing, man?
If I could support anything they put out again, like so far the stuff they put out, I have not enjoyed.
Right.
Death Dealer had promise though.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, sorry, Gary. I was going to say that Death Dealer, when it started, had some promise, right?
Had.
Right? You know, the first 2 issues, you're like, yeah, it might get better, right?
Yeah, but and then even Sarah said it was straight, caca. So you know it's bad when the person that gave him the license even said it's caca.
Oh, I feel bad for her. That's terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, because anytime you give someone permission to use some IP that's yours, and if they bomb it, that's rough. That's tough.
Yeah.
Because you put your trust in something, right? And then
Yep.
it's abused. Your trust is abused, and it's not treated with respect.
Well, supposedly she read the script for the the new one, 2099, and she says it's actually decent. So I'm curious, but I may just pick issue 1 up and read it and see if it is okay or not. but I'm giving it, I'm not hoping high hopes for it, but I'm giving it a little bit of hope, just a little.
Did you ever like the Marvel 2099 universe? For me, it's nostalgic.
Yeah.
I read
kinda.
the titles, and Spider-Man 2099 was obviously the best one. Miguel O'Hara was a great character. The Ghost Rider one was okay. The rest, I just didn't. I was like, especially the Hulk one was horrible, I thought.
You know, the worst was, but it's kind of bad. I don't want to pick on, Stan Lee, right? But you know how Stan hasn't created new characters for a long time. But Ravage 2099 was they marketed it as his creation, and I think it was by far the weakest title in the whole set and the whole universe.
May have been.
Like he didn't know what he was, right? He looked like a space hobo. Like, I don't know if you guys remember.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I put in 2 days a week at my LCS, and that's how I get my books, right? And there's no shortage of Ravages coming back from people. I mean, I see that cover probably once a week.
As a dumb kid, I was like heavily trying to speculate, like the older kids. You know how many copies of Ravage 2099 I have? Like, they're just everywhere. I bought a lot when I was a kid with all my allowance money, and now I'm just sitting there, and I just laugh at myself every time I see the stack of it.
That's what you get, Howard.
I remember back then I saw all the older kids. They were, they got all the. Remember how the McFarlane Spider-Mans were really hot,
right?
Yeah.
It was during that craze where comic prices, with like recent comic prices, you didn't have to wait 20, 30 years. It would be the recent books that skyrocket, right? So I thought, I dabble in that in my early teens, and now I have a box of Ravage 2099 that I'll probably give out.
You just hold on to those. When the apocalypse hits, man, you're gonna keep warm, burning those. You're gonna stay so warm.
Burning those toilet paper.
You're gonna have fire kindling for months.
Yeah.
I must have read it.
It was the Conan 2099 that released like 2 years ago. Like, I bought it because it was Conan. I expected nothing out of it. I'm like, wow, this would be Conan. It was great. I was surprised at what a good read it was and how they made him fit in it. Although they did give him like a Thundar sword that lit up like a light sword. If you haven't read it, it was actually really good. And you got the pathos of Conan in that issue too.
Well, what I loved about it was that it captured Conan's essence. You know how it does not matter where you put him; he will always be Conan, right? Is that a stoic indifference, right?
Right.
He would, anything that stands in the way.
I think, was it Gary Dugan that wrote it? Because he did such a great job, and the first Savage Avengers was incredible.
Yeah, Savage Avengers was really good too.
complete story arcs ever, except for that 3-issue tie-in that they forced him into with the stupid no bullshit, King in Black.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I,
other
I,
than
I love the friendship, the Punisher Conan friendship.
oh yeah, and I just love the Conan eating dinner with Doom.
Oh yeah.
And then no matter where you put Conan, he's still like a babe magnet. He's in the X-Men house, and all he's got is women around him. And he's still drinking like a bear.
I never finished that arc. What issue did it go to? Like I bought maybe the first 6 or 7, and then I forgot why.
It's good. The whole arc is like, what a great complete story. And they do one of the smartest endings ever, in my opinion, in comics. Because what Gary Dugan did too was he knew how to write the intelligence of Conan. And that last issue showed not only compassion from Conan, intelligence from Conan, because he was, I don't know, I don't want to spoil it for you, but it was good.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of, do you guys remember a really old issue of What If Conan existed in our time?
Yeah, I got like 6 copies of it.
Yeah. The vibes I got was that, like, you know, it would be still his understanding of our world, but like you said, you know, the core of his being would not be changed, right?
Talking about the one with the cab driver or the
Yeah.
other? So you want to know something interesting about that cab driver? What was her name?
You know, I haven't read it in a while.
Dani, Dani, and she was modeled after the woman that Roy Thomas. He saw this woman and he was really attracted to her. Thought she was beautiful. Her name was Dan. He put her in the comic, and that's his wife today. Now, still, they ended up going out. I'm like, no, that was a power move on his part, right? He just puts her in a comic.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Did she also do some of the she did some like early cosplay, right? Was that also her, or was that Dani or no?
No, Dani Thomas. I don't know if she did. I don't know what her maiden name was, but I don't think. See, like everyone thought, like when it said Roy and Dan Thomas, they always thought like he was like writing with a brother or something. No, that's his wife. She's just 2 ends. So, you know. Like they
yeah, because everybody thought that was didn't know it was his wife.
Like, they wrote some Arak tales together, stuff like that. So you go over to DC, they even wrote together there, and
yeah, but isn't what was it, the Swamp Thing lady modeled after him too? Like
Louise Simonson on the Swamp Thing cover.
Oh, that's what it is. I always get Dani and her like their stories mixed up because I remember. Something because they stayed in the same what was it, same apartment or whatever it was. Something like that.
Yeah, that was Louise Simonson.
Yeah.
You know what though, I have to show this one panel. Like, it's terrible, Jeff, I want to show it. It's the last page of Mothman.
Oh, okay. All right.
Dude, let me grab it. It's so bad I have to share it with you guys. I'm sorry. I should stop buying it, but I don't know why. I don't know why I bought it. It's just like I was just reading it earlier and I was just shaking my head.
If you're shaking your head, it's bad.
I was like, why did I spend money on this? I'm like, where did I put it? I think I must have thrown it out somewhere in a moment of like rage.
Put it
like,
with the Ravages for the apocalypse.
It was where did I put it? It was just like, man, it was bad.
To this, so I read issue 2, and there's a few more covers I want to grab.
Yeah,
but I picked up the Lisner and I picked up this one. Well,
yeah. They need like you said, there needs to be a Sarah one.
Sarah, especially with how good her Vampire Dead Flowers cover is.
Yeah,
it's amazing. And I would love to see a cover from her on this series.
Yeah, or at least an Integra one.
Right.
But she don't want to draw. She told me she's not confident enough to draw Tigra yet.
Mom, who's one of the standout characters in this.
Yeah,
I really do want to see a one shot of Tigra's mom. I just think that character is really interesting.
yeah. I do too. I think all of them are really interesting, but like you said, the mom's interesting.
Well, she's new,
Right.
so
Yeah.
like, you know,
Yeah,
like he's got to
So-
exercise this demon down there, Jeff. He's got to get it out of his system.
I have
yeah.
to.
he's got-
The cover is not so bad. I mean, the cover's kind of cool, right?
right. Yeah.
It's a very good, like, you know, your regular. But let's just skip to the last panel. Like, you're like, what did I just spend my money on? Okay, the full spread was okay, but sorry, my camera is really bad. But you know,
Yeah, I can see it.
the Jack Daniels.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'm thinking like that's like the Jack Daniels like sponsor this. Like, why? Why is Mothman drinking Jack Daniels? Right? And also, I got to show you the bug spray scene.
That's why.
The bug
But-
spray.
but-
Oh, let me find it.
like Gary was saying.
Like, no respect for material. That's
Like,
it.
it makes absolutely no sense. Oh, there you go. I mean, obviously, you flew in on a spaceship, right?
Right.
And look how powerful you are. Nobody's afraid of you,
Right.
and you just took a can of Raid in the eye. And that was enough to stop these super space aliens from doing anything more. And oh wait, he flew away after that. Sorry. Look,
Oh, you're good.
like I got Raid in my face. Okay, I gotta run.
I didn't know we had that on this planet.
You know, like all the spaceships in the world and ray guns, but nope. That's
An aerosol sprayer that does you in.
yes. And I often ask myself why, but you know what though, guys? I'm gonna see this through.
Mm.
I'm gonna buy this to the last issue. I just have to.
See,
It's
that's
so terrible.
something about Howard. He's one of those guys that walks around with the whip, hits.
Yeah, good. One of the ones for glutton for punishment, man.
Something. He's got something buried that he doesn't want to tell us. He's
He's a glutton for he's a glutton for punishment because I read that issue and I'm like,
no. And Howard, I've done that with some Red Sonja stories where I should have just bailed and I'm like, oh, it's Red.
yeah,
I'll just finish it. Then I finish it. I'm like, why'd I do that?
me with Vampy too. Trust me, I know. I got some Vampy ones like that too, and I'm like, holy shit, why the hell did I do that?
You never know. It's it's tough being a collector of stuff because you want it to be good so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why we'll get back to our real discussion. Which is why it's nice when you get something like this, and it is good.
Yeah.
And you can read it. You can sit down. You can enjoy it. And when you finish it and you close the page, you want more.
Right.
But you're satisfied also with what you just had.
Okay, so if a person asks if do I have to watch the movie before I read this or no?
I don't think so because this is just setting up the characters.
Right.
This would be a
But
nice.
I'm just saying, if somebody asks you, do I have to watch the movie? I tell them
I
no.
think this would be a good first dip into the mythos for them. Actually,
Yeah, okay.
See, you know what I would tell them to do? I'll actually tell them to stave off watching the movie, like read all the comics first and see how they receive the movie afterwards.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I might actually do that. Actually, like after all of it comes out, read that and then watch the movie again and see if I see it. You know what I mean?
the
Or if
team
I
that's
always can
on
see
this,
it different eyes. Yeah.
did Sarah put them together?
I think Dynamite recommended a lot of them, and Sarah took a look at them, and
I would
What-
think Sarah because Dynamite doesn't always put the best teams together, as we know. I mean,
Sarah might have asked for Willingham for sure because she I don't think she's heard of Willingham. I think and she ended up reading Fables or something. I forget how she ended up getting. Well, I wish she would actually pop in and tell us how. It'd be nice.
well, I'll try to send her another message, see if I can get her on my show at some point.
Yeah, yeah,
about it.
yeah. It's a new year, so she's been super busy too. So I invited her onto these streams too, man. So free, you know what I mean. So
Yeah, life is
yeah,
busy, dude. Life is
yeah,
busy.
all of us.
You know, I just hope that like with with Lisner, that he
Mm,
would just do more than just covers. You know,
yeah,
like these
yeah,
covers are amazing, right? But
right.
then you know,
Has done. Did you ever read Claws with Black Cat and Wolverine? There's
no.
two 3-issue miniseries, Claws 1 and Claws 2. Lisner covers and Lisner interiors.
Wow, I haven't seen his interior since Dawn.
Yeah. Get Claws.
Claus? Okay.
Claws 1
Yeah,
and
because
Claws
the last time I've seen him do interiors, but yeah, was Claus, and then the other one was Dawn was the last real one that I seen him do everything in. But yeah, but Don is his moneymaker, right? Anyways, because
Yeah,
anything he does now is Don this, Don that. So
it's his baby too, right? He owns it, right? Like it's his.
yeah,
his IP.
Yeah.
yeah.
But man, I mean, it's good to be this satisfied with a book because not a lot of books
Right.
are you satisfied these days.
So yeah. So what are our grades for issue 2? What are like 10, 9?
I liked issue 1 a lot, and I think I don't remember what I gave it. I think I gave it a 3 or a 4 out of 5. Or
I think I think that's what you did. Yeah.
I would up this one because I
Mhm.
thought it enhanced everything from the first issue and still set up more intrigue. So I would say this is a 4.5 out of 5 for me.
4.5. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. The only thing that detracts from it is her buying into her son's BS too easily. Look, you raised him. You know he's always been a little d-bag. It's just
You know what though? My take is that she thinks so little of him that she doesn't think he's even possible to pull.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
that makes a certain amount of like he's even capable of overcoming.
yeah, that he's even capable, right? And then I think that fuels his anger even more. Like I think you're going to see him get angry and angry at his mother.
And I think that's why his brother succumbed. His brother didn't think anything of him.
Yeah. But you know, I have the exact same like I would have my exact same rating would be the same, would be like, you know, higher than the first issue. But for me, why I would do that is that I'm a real big sucker for like world building and kind of filling in the gaps. Like here we get to see a glimpse of, you know, the giant, and, you know, kind of explains on, like, kind of shows his true strength and his behavior later on after taking the axe to the head. And also I love seeing all the other kingdoms, right?
And not only that, the background on those panels was nice too.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind owning the original art for the one that Howard showed of all the kingdoms. I wouldn't mind owning the you know, the artwork.
It's actually like that scene itself. I was like, wow, like there's so much in that panel. You're like, okay, so this Fire and Ice world, it's a huge world, right? You got all these kingdoms in there, and now everyone's gearing up for war.
Yeah, no, it's set up nicely, and it hasn't taken away from any of the characters. It's actually enhanced the story, which I like a lot. And I don't know, it was really good. Like the more I look at it, the more I'm like, yeah, I really enjoyed this a lot.
And it's definitely worth the wait, because, like, you know what though, I know that with the larger publishers like DC and Marvel, they churn out so much material in a short period of time, but how much of that stuff they churn out is quality, right?
Right.
Oh, they're good for casual, like, reading, flipping through, and maybe seeing your favorite characters, but nothing. It doesn't have that wow factor, and it doesn't feel like it's not as satisfying. It just feels like reading. It's almost like reading a newspaper if you think about it, right? With the stuff they churn out like twice a month almost.
Right.
You know, there's not much heart. There's not much, you know, it seemed very formulaic, and then, you know, and that's it. But here it seems like someone's actually really making an effort. You know, they're really making an effort to tell a story.
Yeah.
I'm trying to decide what my favorite panel is in this issue.
It's way hard because I like almost a whole But I think it's that first panel of Dark Wolf, like the when you open
He's
up
like,
the book.
like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
actor,
I think
yeah.
I
No,
think that's
I
my
found it.
favorite panel.
Favorite panel.
Okay, what's your favorite panel?
Right here when Dark Wolf resurrected Thunderheart.
Oh,
Okay.
What a great panel
Yeah.
that is right there.
Yeah. That's a good one too. But I think mine and Howard's is that first that other panel. It's
And then you got
the
the sweet little panel of her mom. I'm telling you, Tila's mom is stealing part of the series for me. I think she's a great character.
yeah, like you said, I want at least a mini series from her beginnings.
Right, where she's talking about just when Tigra is talking to her, and she's saying, "Oh, you did all this when you were younger. You moved through the jungle so much easier than me."
Right.
I want to see some of those fights, some of those battles, some of those growing pains that she went
Right.
through to become as good as she is.
Like this one's a decent panel too. Like when Howard said he takes the axe to the head. Yeah, like that one.
but you know what though? Also, like the detail is that like technically it makes sense why he survived was that he blocked it with his club, so
Right.
it wasn't a direct like chop to the head.
Ripped into his head.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
It didn't go all the way in.
yeah, and you know, I just like these. I don't know, like these little details that got they make a big difference on storytelling.
Yeah, because it makes sense why he is the way he is, why the giant is the way he is in the movie. Because we didn't know why he was like the way he was. Because I don't think he had any type of speech at all either when he was in the movie. I don't think he could.
Every time I read one of these, I'm going to have to watch the movie again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would go, but it explains a hell of a lot though. It's like, well, yeah, that's why the giant's the way he is because freaking Darkwolf took a freaking axe to his freaking head.
I know we got sidetracked, but really, this was phenomenal. So this was a treat of the week to read this and just sit down and something I thoroughly enjoyed.
Yeah. And it's hard to enjoy anything now, but that's one of the ones that I really enjoy every time it comes out. And then
I'm enjoying Conan. I'm really enjoying the new Spider. I'm a Jessica Drew fan all day long.
Right.
New Spider Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I picked that up too.
I like all the series that have Jessica Drew in it.
Yeah. Well, I got the
Ana de Armas as Jessica Drew as well.
Is this?
Yep. Great start, and I'm glad that they're addressing where her kid is, and I just want to see her go back to when she just like would not give a shit and would kick somebody's ass.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying the Vampirella Dead Flowers. I've been enjoying the Vampirella Rage by Christopher Caprice. You know what I mean? Caprice actually writes it well.
Until I have them all, because I want to sit down and read it as in one sitting.
Yeah. But it needs to be that way. But it's only 4 issues. It's the number 4 is going to be last issue.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so 4. It's 4. The Vampy is 4 issues. So did you even read issue 1 yet or no? You haven't read nothing.
I'm waiting to sit down and read it all as one story.
Okay. Then we can talk about that one next. We can talk about that one if you guys want.
As it comes out, is because I'm doing this show with you.
Yeah.
Wait until I have all of them and then sit down and read it as one story. As it is, every time we do this, I'm going to read from number 1 through again.
Yeah, I do that. I'm going to do that too because it feels a lot better when you do it like that though. Read it from issue 1 and 2, and then it refreshes you a little bit.
Consuming the content, right? If I know it's a limited series, I just want to read it as one thing.
Right.
I know I'm going a little bit off topic, guys, but I know that Jeff did the Kickstarter for the game. Has it? When's shipping for that?
Shipping for that is sometime next year. I think March of next year sometime. But yeah, so I'm gonna be getting that soon, and it's gonna be. I get Dark Wolf. I get the the Sorceress that's based off of Mom too. So that's gonna be interesting. But yeah, I picked up a bunch of stuff. Last time I haven't seen you guys. I picked up I actually picked up that art book. I'll show you guys now. So
Yeah, well, if you
Actually-
find out anything about that mom character getting anything, you better DM me.
I am, but I ended up picking this up for a pretty really
Whoa!
good deal.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the Tashin release, right?
Yeah, I first edition and everything. So I ended up finding it for a pretty decent deal. And
I
so,
haven't seen it. I didn't know how big it was. I didn't know like
Yeah.
the size. Like online, I've only seen pictures.
11 pounds.
Whoa. Whoa!
11 pounds. And the other book, the other magic, the other book was, I'll show you the other Toshin book that they came out with Frank stuff in.
How much
What's
was
this
that
one?
book, Jeff?
That one online is 2. I got it for like 1 something.
Nice. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Oh, with the John
Yeah.
Carter Mars art.
Yeah, but this is the other one. This is the other book that Masters of Fantasy Art that has Boris Vallejo, Frank Frazetta, St. Julian. It has all of them in it.
You know, one of his most underrated ones, in my opinion, is his King Kong piece with the snake.
Oh yeah, yeah,
King
yeah, yeah,
Kong one's amazing.
yeah, yeah. That one. Yeah, picked up those. Picked up a Dave Stevens. Picked up this one.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Hey, nice.
Yeah, got it for a really decent deal. Picked up I finished the whole run of that Wally Wood World of Wally Wood. So the last 2 issues. Yeah, picked up the last 2 issues. Ended up getting an AOK from Steve, first Rogue.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I got a reader copy of that, and I got a slab copy of that.
Yeah, this is a reader copy of mine. So I got the reader copy of that, and then I picked up a Creepy 7, Vamp. So Wolfman versus
the werewolf one.
yeah.
Wolfman one. Yeah.
Yep.
I just showed that card the other day in one of my shorts. So I'm going through the Frazetta. Did you ever get the deck of Frazetta cards?
Yeah, I got like ones. I think I got like 2 sets or 3 sets, something like that. Yeah, I got a bunch of them, and then I picked up a French edition of the Vampy magazine. So
Yeah, French editions.
yeah, I picked up a French edition. I picked up a Erie issue 117, and this is actually the back cover to Vampy 37 of the Warren run. So that's kind of funny that they reuse his covers all the time. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, I had something I wanted to show you, and now I can't find it.
And then I picked up Creepy issue 145, and this is the final Warren issue of Creepy.
You know, Jeff, Dark Horse is releasing some collected volumes.
Yeah,
of
I
Creepy.
saw those two. And it's probably all the stuff that's from here, from all these
Now,
magazines too.
Have you ever seen these, Jeff?
Hold on,
Oh,
let
sorry.
me bring you up real quick so I'll show.
Dark Worlds of Frank Thorne.
Ooh.
No,
So this
I
is
have
a
not.
series.
Mm.
So you got that, and so there's the uncovered part of this art inside.
Right.
I can't show that in here. I don't want to get you canceled.
Yeah. We'll do it all when we get off.
And then you had issue 2 with Moonshine McJugs.
Hey, I love the name.
Then you had number 3 with some more Moonshine McJugs.
Hey, she has the jugs side by side.
Right?
You know.
Uh-huh.
And then you had his sci-fi character Lan.
Mm.
And then you had Danger Rangerette.
Very cool.
And then, of course, on the last one, you had good old Red Sonja.
Red Sonja.
With
Yeah. Now I gotta go looking for those.
they're hard to get, and I got all these in minty shape, and I got them. My LCS gave them to me at a great price, so I
Good.
can't go wrong. But yeah, I'll show you the regular cover. It's a Gita of Alazar. So if you've read any Gita, you've seen that picture
Right.
before. But
Well, I got this issue of issue 37 of Erie, and I know the backstory behind this issue of the cover and everything.
oh, nice.
So it's kind of So the cover is actually
Is that
Inridge.
Nosferatu?
Yeah, it's supposed to be, but it's actually he actually took a photo of the girl in the painting. So it's actually the artist is actually the monster. So that's kind of
Oh,
funny.
that's
So
cool.
he
Oh,
actually he took the picture and he actually painted. He's the actual monster of the picture. If you look at that picture that he did, so because he's actually posing as the monster in the in the thing, so it's kind of funny. And then I picked up the Ghost
ah,
Rider
Ghost
with
Rider.
all with all the Frazetta covers on it. It's for 1 through 5, so it got all the Frazetta covers in it. So it's actually the collected edition. So it's kind of neat.
That is.
Can't wait to I can't wait to dig into it. Actually, read some of the stuff. Already, just looking at how they saw the Asian people in the 50s.
Ah, I like the hats.
Yeah. Just look at yeah.
Yeah, is that like a facsimile? Do they have the original ads and stuff in there too, or?
Yeah. It's the facsimile. It got all the ads and stuff in there too. Look, the ads are in here too.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
It's always get muscles, X-ray glasses, right?
Yeah.
And was that a lot later? The Sea Monkey's a lot later, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
Always see the get muscles. Yeah, but I'm gonna actually try to dig into it. So it's gonna be interesting to read what they thought of stuff back then and now. So it's gonna be interesting.
you know what?
And look,
It's like reading old literature. It's always an adventure.
yeah, and another version of the Asian character, right in the middle. I just think it's funny, but everybody always laughs to it because when I do it to myself, I like, dude, it's funny, man. It's not like everybody thinks it, so I'm just gonna say it out loud. So yeah, and I picked up this
Nice.
too. Yep, and it actually shows all his art, all his comic book art, pretty much. And then the other art book is just the massive art book. But yeah, but that's all I really picked up since I haven't seen you guys in a while.
He just showed
Yeah.
like $800 worth of books, but that's all I picked up.
Very casually, right? Yeah, you know.
Hey man, it was a light week. There was really nothing for me to blow my Scrooge McDuck's fortune on, and
the other book, the other Tosha book, I thought I would never get because of the shipping on that damn book was expensive already. But I found it at a con actually, so that was kind of cool for a
nice.
really good deal. Yeah.
Hey,
So I
but you
thought
know
I
what?
would never-
At least you're not in Canada, man. Like the shipping cost, it's like double here.
Yeah.
So, like for
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
I have to catch a show, a con, or a local retailer. Like for a book
Right.
that big, there's no way. Like you
Right.
know, like shipping would be. It's almost like shipping appliances.
Right when I shipped it,
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, it's next door. Why does it cost me this much to ship to somebody?
Yeah.
So, Gary,
I see
where,
the same
where are you located? Like,
Oh, I'm in Rochester, New York. I'm not far from Canada.
oh, okay, yeah, just south of the border for us. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but still, they don't care. They still wallop you with the prices.
Yeah, but I'm all the way on the bottom of the U.S. So I'm all the way at the gut. I'm in Florida, so I'm on the I'm on
They
the
need it better than getting their mail by Moose over there.
yeah.
But hey, but Jeff, it must be nice having like sunshine all year round. You know.
Yeah, but sometimes it rains. Though it rains a hell of a lot sometimes too. But
Oh man,
yeah,
you're gonna make it? Sounds rough.
rain and then here. I don't mind it down here, but the humidity is what gets people a lot of the times. Though
We're gonna
the
bring
humidity part.
when it gets snow, like deep snow here, and he's gotta like go through waist deep snow somewhere.
Trust me, I've been there. I've been up there before. I got family up that way, so I've been there when it snowed. So I know, and I've been to Canada too when it snowed. So I know.
You know, it
I
doesn't
got family up that way too.
though. Like I remember when I was a kid, it was like when it was winter, it was winter. There was snow from winter to end of winter, and now
Right.
like right here, it's green still, and I'm like, yes, global warming rocks.
Yeah, my lawn's still green, and I'm like, you know, I'm not complaining, right?
I'm good with
Right.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, because you guys don't got to shovel it. That's the whole thing. Don't got to shovel
Man,
nothing.
I'm just old now. I don't want to deal with it. It's a pain
Yeah.
in the ass no matter how you have to deal with it.
Yeah.
I have a buddy that came to visit a few years back during like one of those Arctic vortexes, just his luck, right? And he's like, I would really like to see Canada in the winter, right? So he comes, he was here for 2 weeks, and just his luck, he did get to see full winter for 2 weeks. And then he was like, after that trip, I'm like, so when you come back to visit, he's like, maybe in the summer. He's like, that's good. I saw it. It's good. It's good. I saw it. Right?
I don't know how you do this every year. But it's funny though too, because like when people that come from warmer climates visit you, they're so cold all the time. You're like, oh man, I haven't even put a jacket on yet, and they're like putting a parka on, and they're like,
Hey, I'm trying to tell people that like if it's a if it doesn't snow, it's a good day, right? You know, if there's no ice on the ground, it's a good day, right? But then they look at me like I'm crazy, you know?
no, it's a fact. If there's no ice, if you're not going to go outside and bust your ass and have to get up off the ground because you slipped, like black ice is no joke. I remember one time I fell, and you know how there was you have like those moments that kind of go in slow motion in your life, and I was walking, and then I hit black ice, and I saw my feet before I finished falling, and I knew it was bad. But there's my feet. Oh shit! And then I landed back first, like some of my friends come out. I'm like, leave me alone. I just need a minute.
Oh, I'm paranoid. I salt everything. So, you know, people always joke that, you know, there's Howard salting the earth, right? You know, I'm just I don't take any chances. I just get that bag and I just like lay it out there, right? You know?
Oh, you got to.
Because, like, you know, sometimes when you come back from work and stuff, like, and if you don't salt, a new layer of ice is already on top. So, sorry, Jeff, we're boring you with ice story.
No.
But it does fall in our theme of fire and ice, though, right? So
it's cool. It's cool.
So I guess, Jeff, you're the fire, we're the ice.
Yeah, pretty much. You guys are in the ice. I'm in the fire.
And Sean abandoned you, so you have no support.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's always good to catch up with you guys. It's always good to talk about Fire and Ice. Like, it's always good to talk about any comics with you guys at all, man. It's like it's always good to catch up, and especially you, Howard. We don't get to see you most of the time. We get to talk to you on message. You know what I mean? So,
don't worry, I'm not AI generated, you know. So I'm a real person.
Yeah.
Not AI yet.
But you know, I mean, like, I love following your pages and just kind of keep track of. I mean, we don't get to see face to faces often, right? But I'm always excited to see, you know, the stuff you guys, you know, acquire in your collection or people that you met, right?
Right.
And like, I just, you know, it feels nice to be part of like this community where we all share like similar interests, right?
Right.
It's cool, right? It's very it's very cool community to be part of, and because I remember for the longest time, like you know, a lot of this stuff is, even if we go back in the 60s or 70s or 80s, it's still more of like a niche thing, right? So it's nice to find that everyone enjoys it. Like I have friends that only know Conan as Arnold, and that's it.
Right, and that's like not Conan really.
Yeah, but that's the only time it leaped into mainstream, right? So. And but I keep trying to tell them, like, look, you know, if you don't want to read the novels, you can read the comics, right? It's a whole big world out there.
Right. Well, I tell them too, like, if Arnold blew you away as Conan, you should actually read some Robert E. Howard Conan, because that makes his Conan look tame.
Yeah. So I mean, and the thing is, it's like I like and Jeff, I like the new app you use, right? Your posts are always like, they're also always so trippy.
Yeah. Well, that's all Instagram. That ain't even an app. That's all Instagram. Instagram has all that stuff on it already. Yeah.
And I love Gary. I love your custom comic holders.
Oh yeah.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I wanted something to display comics, so I got some made, and
they look really cool. Like, and they also, I mean, I know you have one where it's your IG handle, but you also have other ones that, you know, match a specific collection.
Yep, I have a Comics by Crom one, which the sword goes up and it props against it. I have a Spider-Woman one that lights up, And then I have the two ones that are like the channel monikers on them. Keep It Casual and Keepers of the Cag.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I have an Alien one that was given to me by One Shot Comics, who also gifted me an Alien one. So it's nice. Like if I have that on display, it's in the Alien holder.
Yeah. Hey, but guys, you know what? I got to show you this. I don't have as big as collection you guys, but I recently got something back that's really cool. I'm gonna run and grab it. It's my first slab.
Ooh.
Would you believe that? All these years of collecting, I was always, but you know why I was apprehensive? Because the wait times for me to send for grading is way longer than the US.
Right.
Okay.
And more expensive too.
He's more expensive, so I was always apprehensive. It's like for us, it's like 6 to 8 months, right? So like you kind of part with your comic for almost a year, right?
I've had comics here. I've had comics gone.
Yeah.
Almost.
I had one. Yeah, I had magazines gone for 180 something days. So yeah. So I understand. Trust me.
You just don't want to part with it, but let me grab it. I just got it in the mail.
Yeah, there's times I forgot I even owned the book and I got it back. Oh,
yeah. I forgot. I forgot I even had the 112 though at that one time. I'm like, where is that damn 112? Oh yeah, I forgot I sent it off the grade, and then I get it back. I'm like, oh okay, I did own it.
Yeah, it's nuts. Well, they've gotten better with the times. I don't.
Yeah, at least it got better now. But I like the new magazine holders though. The new magazine holders are nice.
The CBS ones are like rocks. The CBS ones are way better actually.
Huh?
Yeah.
Have you used them yet? I've held them. They're incredible. I mean, the new CBS ones are nice too, but the CBCS ones are a step above.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I told you guys, I'm a big fan of Kirby.
Okay.
And this is Race for the Moon is a mini series he did. That's when space exploration was really popular in sci-fi comics, and
Right.
this is actually Kirby's work, but he's uncredited for it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he did all the art. I don't know if he did the colors, right? And it's one of the oldest comics that I own. I picked this up, at a local store on sale. Now, I was really hoping that it was at least like a 5, but I guess, I'm still happy with 3.5.
Right.
Yeah, it's just like for me, it feels like owning a part of like history, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What year is that from, Howard?
I think this is. Let me look at it. It's 57. No, sorry, 58. 58. September 1958.
Nice.
And the thing is, if you see the chair, the astronaut chair that he sits on, a lot of these aesthetics you see him use again in New Gods.
Right.
Like with Metron sitting in his chair. Like there's a lot of stuff that you can see that he's, he would use the style of art here in his future ideas, right? And of course, you can't miss this, You gotta get the muscles, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so this is like my first slab, and it's not like a key issue or anything, but it's something I'm really proud of because it's a book I really enjoy, right?
Right.
It's a story.
Yeah.
And look,
So I thought I'd show you guys this, and also on that note, my wife just told me it's time for me to go.
All right. I'm signing off anyway, so
yeah. And
we'll
I
sign
got
off
another
now.
show in 3 hours, so I got to get ready for that.
Yeah, so guys, it was nice getting to catch up. It was nice seeing everybody on the channel. We'll see you guys next time for the next review. Should be sometime next year sometime. So
Cool.
just keep the bell on.
All right. Happy holidays, everyone. Happy holidays.
See you later.
Happy holidays,
See
Jay.
ya.